please.
Good morning.
I got introduced to this book by my professor, Professor H.R. Rao. He teaches in sunny Buffalo. So he said this is one book that everyone who deals with numbers should read. Take note of it, Satish. Anyone who deals with numbers should read this book called Freakonomics. As this title, the cover has it, right? So you see a green apple, but what you see inside is an orange, right? And this is a book by Stephen Levitt and Stephen Duffner. Both are, one of them is an economist, the other is a journalist. So when the journalist went to interview an economist, that is when they struck this partnership and they wrote this book. When you pick up a book, there should be a purpose that should drive you to read that book. For me, the purpose behind reading this book is in two personal stories. Number one, in 2015, when I did a PG diploma in analytics from Great Lakes Institute of Management, one of my batchmates, after his course completion, he started practicing analytics in the market, right? So he went to one of the insurance companies in Chennai, and he said, give me the data, I will tell you what your company looks like and what your future looks like. It is like, you show me your palm, I will tell you what your future looks like. Very similar. So they gave the data, and then the final D-Day came where he has to make this presentation to the Chief Executive Officer. So the CEO is there, so he started giving a presentation saying, look, I am going to give you a fascinating insight from your data. I said, okay, fine, tell me what that is. I want to know what that fascinating insight is. He said, your insurance agent community is predominantly women. Meaning, you are in this International Women's Day week, he said, you are a future forward-looking company because you have so many women agents. I mean, close to 80% of them were women insurance agents. So you are a future-looking company, so you should be proud of it. He completely shrugged it off, saying this is complete nonsense. Then he asked, okay, why? Why do you say? Because the data is speaking for it. You have so many women agents. There is a twist to that, which is in India, the income tax laws and then the moonlighting policies is in such a way that the male candidate cannot start his own insurance agency business. So he starts that in the name of his wife. And that is the reason for this, right? So, which is something that the data doesn't say. You have to know the demography of the country and the social setup of the country to know this. The second story which drove me to read this book is my stint at China. When I went to China, the attrition in China, generally the attrition in India will be around 18-20% and then 30% max. The attrition in China is almost 50%. I had a team in China, so I went there. Every 6 months when I go there, you will see a complete new team because it will be a complete refresh. When I go to HR, all due respect for HR, I know you come from HR background.
Due respect.
You go to them, you go to this with this problem, they will say, you go to the floor, do a lot of employee engagement, do this, whatever, do dance, drama and all that. But actually, the problem is not with that, right? You do the employee engagement, but nothing changed. The attrition is still the same. The actual problem is with respect to a policy that was introduced in that country 25 years back, which is called the single child policy. The single child policy led to the gender selection, which led to male-female mismatch or balance problem. So the guy has to have, he has to change job every 6 months so that he can improve his salary to buy an apartment in Shanghai, which makes him eligible to get a girl.
Butterfly effect.
It's a butterfly effect. So deep is the problem, which nobody at a surface will be able to figure it out unless you know what is called Freakonomics. So Freakonomics is a word that is from this combination called freaky economics along with statistics. Right? So statistics, if you look at the numbers, if you don't look at the social strata of the society, demography, the numbers don't give you the truth. So that is what this entire book is all about. If you are interested to know, before you read any statistics, right? So if you want to know what exactly is going on behind the scenes, this is the right book to read. So what I loved about this book is a lot of eye-opening incidents, like the two incidents that I explained now. There is one incident about how introduction of late fee in a daycare center, right? So if the parent doesn't go on time for picking up the kid, generally what we think is when you introduce a late fee, the parents would come and pick the kids on time, right? Into self-explanatory. But what happened is when they introduced that penalty system, the parents started coming even more late, right? Say for example, if 2 out of parents came late earlier, now 8 or 10 out of them are coming late. When they looked into it, the problem is the penalty structure is in such a way that the penalty is for every hour you have to pay $2 extra, right? But the actual fee for the daycare is $15 per hour. Yeah, so such a lot of such incidents are here in this book. So if you are interested in knowing such things, what goes on behind the economics and statistics, this is a good book to read. One thing that I found a little bit uneasy about this book is it is a collection of such incidents. There is no flow or cohesion, or there is no grouping of incidents saying, okay, there are 3 kinds of incidents. The first thing is this, so that kind of cohesion is missing in this book. But otherwise, this is a fantastic book to read. If you have some time over the weekend, just glance through it. The best part about this book is you can pick up any chapter and read. There is no continuity or anything. You can pick up just any chapter and read with this background. With that, I hand over the control back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Ashok. Day in and day out, we come across